Collective nouns. What is a collective noun? A collective noun is a word that names a group of people, animals, or things. Let's see. How many fish? One fish. Now, how many fish? 1, 2, 3. Well, we have more than 3 fish now. This is a group of fish. Now, a group of fish is called a shoal or a school. So, we can say it's a shoal of fish. Or it's a school of fish. Or we can simply say it's a group of fish. The words group, school, and shoal are collective nouns. Collective nouns are common words in English. We use them every day. Let's look at some common collective nouns used for people. A team of players. A panel of experts. A board of directors. What's a group of soldiers called? An army, a company, a regiment. A group of robbers is called a band of robbers or a gang of robbers. Similarly, a band of musicians or an orchestra of musicians. A bevy of beauties. A body of men. A bunch of crooks or a gang of crooks. A caravan of gypsies. A cast of actors. A company of actors or a troupe of actors. A choir of singers. A troupe of singers. A class of pupils or students. A congregation of worshippers. A crew of sailors. A crowd of people. A crowd of spectators. A dynasty of kings. A galaxy of film stars. A gang of laborers. A gang of prisoners. A gang of thieves or a pack of thieves. A troupe of dancers. A host of angels. A mob of rioters. A party of friends. A troop of scouts. A staff of employees. A staff of teachers. A team of climbers. A troupe of entertainers or performers. Now here are some common collective nouns for animals. What's a group of ants called? It's called an army, colony, nest, or swarm. A brood of chicks. A brood of chickens or a flock of chickens. A caravan of camels or a train of camels. This caravan or train is when the camels are traveling. A cloud of flies. A swarm of flies. A cloud, flight, plague, or swarm of locusts. A colony of gulls. A colony of termites. A covey of partridges. A litter of puppies, kittens, piglets, or cubs. A drove of sheep or a flock of sheep. When you say a drove of sheep, the sheep are being driven in a group. Similarly, a drove of cattle or a herd of cattle. A drove of horses, a string of horses, a stud of horses, a team of horses. A flight of doves, a flight of swallows. A flight of birds or a flock of birds. A flock, gaggle, or skein of geese. You can only say a skein of geese when the geese are in flight. A flock of goats. A herd of goats. A herd of antelopes. A herd of buffaloes. A herd of deer. A herd of elephants. A hive of bees or a swarm of bees. A host of sparrows. A cluster of spiders. A muster of peacocks. a nest of mice, a nest of rabbits, a colony of rabbits, or a herd of rabbits. Herd is used only for domestic rabbits. A pack of dogs or hounds, a pack of wolves or a rout of wolves. But when you say a rout of wolves, the wolves are in movement. A pod of seals or a rookery of seals, a pod of whales or a school of whales, a pride of lions, a troop of lions, a rookery of penguins, a rookery of turtles, a shoal of fish or a school of fish, a school of porpoises or dolphins, a skulk of foxes, a team of oxen, a troop of monkeys, a bloat of hippopotamuses, a herd of zebras, a dazzle of zebras, or a zeal of zebras, a kettle of vultures when the vultures are in flight, a committee of vultures while they are resting, a wake of vultures when they are feeding. Next, here are some common collective nouns for things. A bouquet of flowers, a bunch of flowers, a bunch of keys, an anthology of poems, a chain of mountains or a range of mountains, an archipelago of islands, a bale of cotton or wool, a battery of guns, a block of flats or apartments, a bunch or cluster of grapes, a bunch of bananas, a cluster of bananas, a comb of bananas or a hand of bananas, a cluster of fruits. You can also say a basket of fruits or a bowl of fruits depending on where the fruits are kept. A bundle of sticks, a bundle, truss, bale or stack of hay, a chain of events or a series of events, a chest of drawers, a cloud of dust, a clump of trees, a forest of trees or a grove of trees, a clump of bushes or a hedge of bushes, a cluster, constellation or galaxy of stars, a cluster of coconuts, a cluster of galaxies, a clutch of eggs, a crate of bottles, a deck of cards or a pack of cards, a fleet of cars, a fleet of taxis, a fleet or flotilla of ships and boats, a flight of steps, a glossary of difficult words, a glossary of technical terms, a hail of bullets when they are being fired, a heap of stones, a library of books or a set of books, an orchard of fruit trees, a pack of lies, a packet of cigarettes, a peal of bells, a quiver of arrows or a sheaf of arrows, a range of hills, a ream of paper or a sheaf of paper, a roll of cloth, a round of applause, a row of houses, a set of china, a set of tools, a sheaf of corn, a stack of corn, or a harvest of corn, a stack or stock of wood, a suite of furniture, a suite of rooms, a tuft of grass, a wad of currency or notes, a string of beads. Now we know a good number of collective nouns, don't we? But when we talk of collective nouns, a question usually arises. Do we use a singular verb or a plural verb after a collective noun? Do we say a pride of lions is sitting under a tree or a pride of lions are sitting under a tree? Well, sometimes a pride of lions is sitting is correct, and sometimes a pride of lions are sitting is correct. It depends on context. Let me explain. Look at these lions. What are they doing? They are hunting. They're working as a team. They're doing the same thing at the same time. In this case, we say the pride of lions is hunting now. Now look at these lions. Today, they are not hunting. Their stomachs are full and they're having a good holiday. One lion is sleeping. Another is walking. Two of them are playing. Different lions are doing different things. They are not working as a team. They are not doing the same thing at the same time. In this case, we say the pride are doing different things now. The pride is hunting, but the pride are doing different things. I hope I was able to explain it well. But it's really not always easy like this. When you really don't know what verb to use and you don't want to make an error, then you have another option too. And that is, don't use the collective noun. Instead of saying the pride, say the lions. The lions are hunting. The lions are doing different things. When you can't decide whether to say the committee is or the committee are, say the members of the committee are. Members is plural and it takes a plural verb. Instead of saying the team is or the team are, say the players are. Similarly, instead of saying the class is or the class are, say the students are. Now suppose you can't decide whether to say the army is or the army are. What will you say instead? Let me know by writing a comment. Thank you.